Everyone, welcome to End User Tools Presents, well, sort of, an unofficial Let's Talk About Microsoft Teams. I'm Jenny Marin. I am your host, and lots of you have asked me for some training on how to use Microsoft Teams, and I gotta say, just use it. That's my best advice. Some of our best tips and tricks for using Skype have been from each other. So you discover something, let me know. But just in case you need a little overview, I thought I'd do this little brief video and kind of show you some of the things that I know how to do. I'm going to share my screen for a minute. And actually, the first thing I want to do is share my screen and play you a little video because I can't show you how to share screens without playing this video. So here you're looking at a video of me sharing my screen. You click that little share screen button and right away you've got way too many options. You have desktop column, Windows column, and PowerPoint, or browse. You can browse within your Teams and channels from OneDrive or upload something from your computer to share. And if you view these desktop window and PowerPoints as columns, going down, I have 3 screens, screen number 1, 2, and 3. And the Windows is every application that I have open that Teams is giving me the option to share. So just know that. I wanted to show you that. And what I'm going to do is share my view of Microsoft Teams. So hang on one second, we'll switch that over. Okay, so you should be looking at me, right? And the first thing I want to show you is you might see that it looks like I'm in this beautiful forest environment in the valley right between these mountains, and how to change your background. So looking at this middle screen where you see me, if you move your mouse on the screen, you get this menu. I have the ability to turn my camera on and off, my microphone on and off, share or stop sharing my screen. And Teams is extremely 3-dot menu oriented. So anytime you see these 3 dots, it's a more actions menu. So if I click on that, I can change some device settings. It gives me the option to show meeting notes, which allows me to take notes in this meeting. I can enter full screen. I can hide background effects. And so if I click on that, you might see already this background settings is open. I'll close that. So then you see show background effects. If I hit show background effects, I've got this menu of backgrounds. I can have no background behind me. I can blur what's behind me. I can make it look like I'm in any of these settings just by clicking on it and then hitting apply. So you see now it looks like I'm in a coffee shop. I like to use that one too. It just makes me feel like I'm not in my basement, which is where I am. So that's some of those options there. I can turn on live captions, and that will start captions going in the box below me. You can see that it's typing out my words as I say them. It's pretty awesome. So if you need that, that's something to apply. I have a keypad. I can open up a number keypad. I can stop recording and start recording. I can end the meeting. I can turn off incoming video. That means I turn off all the video coming into me, to my view, from everyone else. It doesn't mean that you're not sending out video to me. It just means it makes my connection a lot better and I don't have to worry about incoming video. So if you're experiencing issues with being able to see video or audio, turn off incoming video is a good one. Next on this menu here, you've got raise or lower your hand. And if I open up my participants, which is this people icon, to the right I see people, and there I am as the organizer. If I raise my hand here, you can see the hand appeared, and then I can lower my hand, it goes away. I can open this chat window, and in our meeting, I can say anything I want. Hi, everyone. And there it is for everyone in the meeting to see. I can, if someone else did it, or even myself, I can add these little emojis to show that I've seen it and I like that comment. I can add emojis by itself. I can add GIFs, and I can send things this way. So I can do all kinds of things in this meeting chat, but the meeting chat is held forever in Microsoft as notes. I'm going to turn off these live captions because they're distracting me, just myself. Just a little bit about Microsoft Teams in general. You don't need a team and you don't need channels. I'll talk more about those in just a second. All you need to do is use it for what you need. So if this is replacing Skype for you and you need it to chat or to call people or sometimes share your screen, that's fine. You don't need any further setup. Along this left bar here, you have activity, which records things like what's been happening to you if you've been added to a group. There's a chat box here. And if you select chat along this left ribbon, if you want to start a chat, you hit this little, it's actually a kind of a tiny little new chat icon. If I hit that, I get this menu and I can type in any number of people. I'll put in my friend Andy Cagle. I'm going to put in my friend Derek Witt. And we have right away there a group chat, a new chat set up where the three of us can talk and do whatever we like. We can also, as soon as I hit this type a new message, I get an option to do a video call, an audio call, screen sharing, or add more people, view or add more people. In this screen also will record, once we're done with this, what is being called a meeting in Teams, it'll record any chat in this list as well. So all chats of all kinds within meetings, within your channel, within chats with individuals, will all happen here. And what you can see is this icon difference here. So chats where it's multiple people, it's divided. Where it's with one person, here's my friend Jedediah. It just got his initials or maybe a photo. And then where it was a calendar, a meeting on your calendar, it shows up as like kind of a little calendar page. Let's talk about this search box along the top, because this is here no matter where you are. If you want to find someone, you can do, it's very kind of social media oriented. You can do an at mention. So if you do at and you start typing someone's name, it's going to pull up some of the last ones that I've spoken to. And this is my team. This is my manager, Mark Crane. So if I did this at and I started typing him, it's going to tag him and it'll send him information on whatever I chatted at. And so any of these chat boxes where you use the at and then a person, for instance, here I am in this chat we just set up with two of my friends. If I want to say, hey, Andy, I'm talking to you, I can do at and do Andy, which is right there. And then start typing my message and he will get it very much like a Facebook tag. It'll keep poking him a little bit further. And it will also show up if he wants to find in the search box, you can do your own mentions. So here I was mentioned in this chat. There I am, Jennifer Marin, and it highlights that for me. So I'm not mentioned a lot, and that is okay with me. Let's go down this list on the left. The Teams tab shows you what teams you are in or a member of, and this will look different for everyone. I'm a member of the APHIS End User Tools team, and we have a few channels here. General is a channel that is set up by default, and a few channels I've set up myself. If you view Microsoft Team as being backed up by a SharePoint site, these channels are then considered shared file folders. So you can set up permissions for each of these channels. It's just kind of a nice way to organize things. And there are a lot more things you can do within the channel to kind of collaborate with these tabs across the top, which you can configure for things that you want. You can add apps here that help your team plan or share documents, even a OneNote where you can live collaborate all within Teams. And again, always look for these three dots for more options. That gives you all the menus in addition that might be options that are available for that. So my best advice for Teams is look for those three dots for the menu and play around with it, but don't let yourself be overwhelmed. And that Teams is set up so that Microsoft's idea is that you would never leave Teams once you've opened it. So it's set up to collaborate perfectly with all other Microsoft apps. And that brings us to this next little tab here on the left, which is your calendar. And this is directly related and synced with your Outlook calendar. So here I am at sort of the end of my day recording this video, but you can see my Outlook calendar. And I prefer to set up meetings or arrange for meetings here within Teams in this calendar. And here's one of the ways I could do it up here at the top right. I can either decide to meet right now and it'll get put in this calendar, or I can add a meeting, and that can be a live event or a meeting. So if I just hit add a meeting, I'm given this menu. I can add a title. As soon as I add an attendee, again, I'll use my friend Andy Cagle. As soon as I put an attendee in, I also have this scheduling assistant tab along the top, and it'll tell me, is Andy available right now? Ooh, he and I are both available. But you see, if I move this column over to when I'm not available, it immediately changes to unavailable. So that's super helpful when you have a lot of people that you're trying to kind of get their time schedule in. You don't have to even think about it. Just come to this scheduling assistant tab and kind of work with it there. So back to the details tab. You can also assign a channel if you're trying to organize your time that way, but you do not have to. You can set up your day and time and put all your details in here. And as soon as you do that and send, it's going to sync that up with your Outlook calendar. And I don't know exactly what the time frame is for that sync, but I'll say it's pretty immediate. So we've gone over the top four. Then we've got calls. I'm going to discard this meeting event because it was just so that we could look. And as far as I can tell, it looks as if my Skype contacts have been sucked into Microsoft Teams, but you can certainly add new groups and new contacts and create this page to look as you like and what works for you best. And then the Files tab here is connecting to my OneDrive. So whatever system you have for updating or backing up your desktop will be in that OneDrive, so in this folder. So this is all configurable as well. And then these three dots, more apps there that you can add that can be offered as menu items along the side. So we've talked mostly about things that you just see and how to figure things out as you go through things. When you're in a meeting, having the camera on. Let's get back to my meeting. There we are. Having the camera on or off, having your microphone on or off, going through some of these tabs, where you might want to have channels set up within a team if you wanted a team, some of the ways that you can schedule meetings. You can schedule a meeting in Outlook as well. You have this option along the top that says to create a Microsoft meeting, and it will just kind of send out a little link there for everyone. We know how to raise our hand, how to work with chat, a little bit about app mentions and using emojis if you like. And a couple of the issues, actually the biggest issue that I've ever had in a Teams meeting is having someone say that I'm sharing a screen and it's kind of breaking up, or the video isn't working or the audio isn't working very well. So again, if you're having issues with that, remember, I'll switch back to my screen so you can see me, but you go ahead and look for those three dots. Turn off incoming video is the option. The other cool thing about Teams is it does not rely on a VPN connection. So if you're having trouble with latency is what they call it, where it's kind of breaking up or not very very smooth for audio or visual, disconnect from your VPN. And hopefully that gives you a really good start. My best advice is to start small. Remember using Skype for the first time, or maybe in a new office. Use it for what you can and explore as you feel more confident. So good luck out there. I hope that helped. Thank you.